Okay, it is Saturday, June the 26th. It's time for another garden update. So let's take a look. This is what my tomatoes looked like 2 weeks ago. And this is what they look like today. They're doing just really good. This one, the particular tomato, is almost up to the top of the cage there even. But yeah, no blight so far. And I've got just, I don't know, just hundreds, I think, of little tomatoes. It's that big around right there. There's my biggest plant right there. Like I say, it's almost to the top of the cage there. And I got a really nice cluster of tomatoes right there. So that's a pretty good sized green tomato. Several pretty good sized green tomatoes. This is going to be an excellent tomato crop, it looks like, unless I have just some, blight that runs through here and takes care of everything. Here is the pepper plants, and really some of the peppers are just about full size, but they still need to mature just a little bit. Like here's these banana peppers, and really they don't get any bigger than that. That's just about the size they get. But still, if you pick them a little too early, they still will taste a little bit green. So there's the banana peppers, and here's this Cubanelle pepper, and this is what those are looking like. They're kind of in shade. It might be a little hard to see. Hello there, Carly. But anyway, that's what the Cubanelles look like. They're just really hanging thick with these. There's a good shot of it. Hanging thick with the Cubanelles. Okay, Carly, yeah. We know to pay attention to Carly. Okay. Have you got some shade there, girl? Huh? Carly likes the peppers. The peppers provide plenty of shade. Okay. On this other side, there's some of these pizza peppers. They're like indistinguishable from a big jalapeno pepper. And I'm gonna wait a while before I eat that too. But anyway, yeah. And I think this is, oh yeah, this is the biggest of the Cubanelle peppers. It's a big gnarly looking sucker. What you doing there, Carly? Huh? Got a cat in the peppers. There she comes. Okay, girl. And on to the squash. And I've actually ate squash 2 different times already off of this, and they're doing pretty good. I'll give you my final opinion on the organic gardening versus fertilizer here in just a bit. Yeah, I've ate squash twice already, and there's one right there that I'll be picking right now. Okay, so there we have a just beautiful squash specimen. Yeah, things are going really good as far as production here goes on the squash. There's another nice one in there. Like I said before, I only had, and the bean bugs, they come out here. They don't do too much damage on stuff except for beans. I mean, it's possible to keep them picked off of stuff pretty good, except for their beans. It's a pain. And there's the second cucumbers I planted, so they're doing really nicely. This is what the cucumbers looked like 2 weeks ago, and here these things have just gone crazy. This is what the cucumbers, I gotta back way up to get the whole thing in, and this is what the cucumbers look like today. So as you can see, well, hello there, little girl. Oh goodness, what you doing, girl? So as you can see, the cucumbers have just gone nuts. And that's what the way they did last year. I gotta watch my feet as I walk here. There's a few bees in the clover. So they're already going up on the fence quite a bit. Yesterday I came out here and I got 22 cucumbers yesterday. So they probably won't be quite that many today, I wouldn't imagine. Let's see what's going on here. And these are, of course, the Poinsett 76 cucumbers. There's me one right there. So let's Pick this sucker. Yes, that's just about the right size right there. And I do sometimes pick them a little smaller than that even. So overall, the garden is doing just really excellently. And this is really the first year that I've gone 100% organic in the garden. And my opinion of it is, this is the first year I've had a lot of compost to use, which is why I haven't done that before. And I had plenty of compost for everything I planted here. And as far as I'm concerned, the tomato, wait just 1 second here. An obligatory cat shot, right there. She's found her some more shade. That's Carly, part of her anyway. But the tomatoes are the best they've been in like 10 years right now. I don't have as many planted as I have sometimes, but they're the best they've been in 10 years. The peppers are the best they've been in 10 years. The cucumbers are just equally as good as last year. I mean, last year they're just about fantastic every year. No matter what method I use on the cucumbers, they just seem to go nuts every year here. Now the squash, anytime you read about squash, one thing it'll say is that squash is a heavy feeder. And apparently it is. I think the compost just doesn't give it quite as much oomph as fertilizer does. These squash plants, they're nice and healthy, and I'm going to get all the squash I can eat off of them. But they're probably, I would say, 20 to 25% shorter than they would have been if I had put fertilizer on them. And I think this one here, it doesn't look as good as these two, but I believe I had a squash plant planted there last year in that exact spot, which that's probably why it's not doing quite as good. But at any rate, yeah, from now on, as long as I do have the compost available, I'll be going 100% organic on everything I've got planted here. Now, in future years when I plant okra or corn, I'm going to have to put fertilizer on it probably. Maybe not the first year I plant it, let's say in a new location or something, but after that it'll have to have fertilizer. It's not practical to have that much compost. You can't put compost on a 100-foot row of corn or anything. And I did wind up picking one of the banana peppers, which is that one right there, and then a Cubanelle pepper, which is that one right there. So we'll see if they're ripe enough to eat. They might taste a little green, I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, that's it for the garden, and I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks. Goodbye, everybody. And so as we leave the garden, we have 2 cats, which feel they have found more appropriate shade than the garden plants provided. I don't know what kind of bush this is, but it's got a walnut tree growing in it. Walnut trees grow in everything around here. The squirrels just keep planting them in places, I guess.